Critiquing family. Duh. Hello and welcome to the third episode of
Critiquing Family.
And this is a little bit different. It's not going to be a movie this time, which is fine. We're going to review different stuff here. It's actually something that I don't think most people would do reviews of. What is it? Conference.
We're going to do a review of a horror conference we went to.
The Horrorhound in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Horrorhound 2013 in Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio, yeah. So much different to say, you know? I mean, we got to be really special about this one, especially since we're a day away.
Right.
So.
Okay. You want me to start?
Sure.
I can start this one. Well, I guess we'll start out this way. If you pre-ordered your tickets, you got inside the horror conference. If you did not pre-order your tickets, you probably got left outside in the cold with everybody else. They pretty much sold the conference out. Basically did not advertise it on their website or anywhere else, their Facebook page, that the conference was sold out. And lots of people drove quite a ways to come to this conference and could not get in.
And it's pretty irritating.
And the lines were long, and I expect long lines, but, you know, I think having 6 or 7 of the Walking Dead people there is what did it. There's too many popular people like that at this one for the biggest, you know, one of the biggest shows on TV right now.
I mean, biggest, like, adult type shows.
Yeah. Yeah, the conference was good. I thought the guests were awesome, every one of them.
Some of the lines were really long. Okay, I have a lot to say about this one, so I'm going to leave my opinion for the end, which sounds right if mine's the longest. So, give your opinion, Shannon, about this conference.
Well, I went wanting to meet Norman Reedus, and I stood in line for about 4.5 hours, and I got to meet him, and it was really cool. It was worth it to me. It was kind of crazy. It was very busy. It was people everywhere, a little chaotic and everything. But for me personally, and I think for the whole family, it turned out to be a really fun trip. It was really worth it. If I had it to do over, I would not buy photo ops. I don't think they're worth it. I don't think it's worth it to stand in line just to get a picture that you can't get autographed. And I would probably have gone for 2 days because it's hard to squeeze all that in one day.
Or maybe 3.
But
make weekend.
A success, I say.
And in my opinion, first I'm going to talk about the lines. Oh, the lines. Well, I was sort of irritated because, not because it was long, because we got we pre-ordered tickets. Not that, we got early entry. There's people that got in later who didn't even get early entry before the people who had to wait in this ginormous line, another ginormous line. And it was so annoying, and I was very irritated about that. And then there were some people, and some people that were there were some of the cast from The Walking Dead. Norman Reedus' line was ginormous, and so was who's the dude who plays Carl?
Chandler Riggs.
Yeah.
Chandler Riggs' line was also very large because it was a kid from it.
They all were really long.
And I went in a pretty dang big line, which wasn't as big as those two though. Shane's line.
You were in line for probably about 3 hours.
About 3 hours, but it was worth
John.
it. It was very worth it to meet him. He was a very cool guy, and that'll be up on YouTube sometime probably. No, it's not up on YouTube yet, but it will be. There's a video on YouTube where you're meeting Daryl Dixon. I've seen that. What was it? But the thing that was annoying, I also met Tony Todd, who played Candyman, and John Carpenter, who made the movie Halloween, Halloween 2, and Halloween 3. So, if that's right, I know he made the first one for sure. But, I mean, here's the thing. It sort of worked out, but there was too much stuff. They also had this Halston thing. And the thing that I was really annoyed about was, besides the lines, was the fact that every single star had everything. They had a photo op. They had a Q&A. They had what do you call it? They have signatures. They have panels. It's like, why do you have all this stuff?
That's why it would have been better to do 2 days.
Yeah, 2 to 3, or maybe 3, just for fun. I mean,
Props to Holliston for signing everything free, too. I thought that was pretty cool.
it was really cool. Halston cast might not know, but one was the lead singer from Twisted Sister, and the show is pretty funny. It's like a sitcom, sort of. But, I mean, get away the bad stuff. Get away the fact it was a riot. I know a lot of people did not like this HorrorCon, but to me, it was awesome. Sure, it was a little bit ridiculous. Sure, it was like a Black Friday. But it was epic.
Yeah.
What do you give it out of 10?
You know, it's really hard. 7.5, because I can't give it an 8 because it really was not very organized, but you know.
I'll give it an 8.
8 out of 10. Oh, so she gives it an 8 out of 10. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. And Matt gives it
I give it about an 8.5.
out of 10.
All right.
They just could have been more.
Mm-hmm.
They could have been more organized. If Horrorhound somehow ever seen this video, which I probably won't, get your shit together for the next one.
If you're going to
I mean,
have that many
seriously,
people
you
from The
had-
Walking Dead, you got to be ready for it.
You didn't. You know, you have like 5 different rooms with 4 or 5 different people in them, and you don't even have a sign on the room telling you who's in this room. You ask workers who's in the room, and they don't know who's in the flipping room.
I think staff.
Someone's got to know who's in the room, and then when you get into the rooms, you have 5 different people in this room, and you don't even have it marked off. You don't have a line. You don't have rope going up to that person.
Yeah.
It is.
There could have been more crowd control, but, you know, I don't think they expected that many people.
Oh,
But overall, it was awesome.
Yep.
Sid Haig rules.
Yeah.
Sid Haig ruled. D. Snyder, you're awesome.
so
Peace.
peace.